What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Better Biomed. Folks, today I'm going to give you a general overview of what to do when you get a brand new electrical safety meter. And for my demo today, I'm going to use the SA-2600. It is a smart electrical safety meter. It's got touchscreen. It's actually one of my favorite ones I've ever used in my career. I'm not just saying that because I now work for the company. I actually had a little piece to do with this development in its prototype stage, so I'm very happy how it turned out. So guys, today we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at our SA-2600. And here I've got it one set up. You don't need to worry about what's going on the screen because we're going to be using an app to control it. And I'm going to take you step by step how to set up the app. Very simple, guys. The app is free. So I've got my electrical safety meter set up correctly right here. And the first thing we're going to do is power it up. And when you plug it in, it's going to give you any error codes, or it's going to analyze your electrical system and see if there's any problems. Now, me, on my electrical bar back here, I actually had a problem with the ground, and it told me, hey, is this an isolated electrical system, because it's saying it couldn't detect a ground. And that's probably because it's measuring against neutral and ground to see if it's potential of zero. And come to find out, my power strip is plugged in very poorly in the back, and that was my ground problem. So I've got that remedied, and it powers up just fine now. First thing that we're going to do when we get a new electrical safety meter is we are going to check out and make sure that your test lead right here, we want to make sure that the test lead is functioning correctly. Okay. Anytime you unpack your electrical safety meter, when you get to a new job site, first thing you should do is this very check. You're going to plug it in, like I've got mine up here on chassis. We've got our little grounding electrode right here, and we're going to go into earth resistance, and we're going to see how low it is. All right. Move it around a little bit, make sure it's good. Okay, my numbers are staying pretty consistent. I'm very happy with that. And here's where we could zero the leads, but we're going to do that later anyway when we start doing our electrical safety testing. So no need to continue that. I take my little lug out and I store it up here. It's just my preference because that way there it's always in the handle, and I know I'm not going to leave it behind on a job site. Now, the next thing that we should do is we need to test out the calibration of the meter. And the best way to do that on electrical safety meters is they usually have a lug for testing leakage. So we are going to go into leakage modes, and I'm going to set it to enclosure leakage, and I have it connected to the 100 microamp output stud. So this is a calibration stud. So the first test we tested is going to be testing the continuity and the ohms of the test lead. The second test that we are doing is actually checking the calibration of the meter, because we want to make sure that the meter knows exactly what a calibration value should be, because we want to measure leakage. 100 microamps, you can see it right here. We're good. So this meter is good to go. Now I know it is safe to use on my next device. Okay, and let's go ahead and back out to the main screen. Now here is where you want to check and make sure that your electrical safety meter is going to be on Bluetooth. Now we can set it to USB, and that allows us to do some other cool stuff. But if you're going to run right into testing, we're going to set it on Bluetooth. I'm going to go ahead and change it over to USB, and we're going to go ahead and plug this bad boy in. There's a USB port right here on the side. A little tone is over on the computer, and now we're going to pop over and I'm going to show you what we can do next. All right, guys. When you go to mybcconnect.com, all we have to do is come down here. There's no need to log in. This is a free service. We can click on firmware, and then we will select a USB port. Now it is automatically selecting the USB port because I just plugged it in, and it thinks it knows which port I'm going to use. Your computer will probably have multiple COM ports listed, so sometimes you'll have to choose a different one. I don't know which one it chose, so let's go ahead and let's go back in. Up here, you can see it just pulled it right up automatically. Okay, and this is very important. You always want to make sure that your test equipment is calibrated, to which you can see mine is actually due this month. I have until tomorrow. So tomorrow I will have an error code on my electrical safety meter, and it will now be due for calibration. And over here on the right hand side, if you have any available firmware updates, it's going to signify right there, and it's going to ask you if you want to update your firmware. Now, many manufacturers, if you want to update your firmware, you have to send the device into a depot where they will charge you for the service. and or they're going to repair the device and charge you for the repair. We allow you to modify the firmware on your devices by going into mybcconnect.com and just connecting it with a USB cord, and you're ready to go. Okay, guys. So our electrical safety meter, we checked it. We made sure the leads are good. Its calibration date is good. There's no firmware updates. It's safe to use. All right. At least for today, it is safe to use. So let's go ahead and let's hop back over. And I'm going to set this guy back on Bluetooth. This is going to be very important because we are going to use Bluetooth to control the device, which allows us to do automated tests, and it allows us to save those tests here on your smart device so that you can export those results and attach them to work orders, etc. Okay. So I have my device back. We're going to click it on the main screen, and we are ready to do some tests. All right. So I'm going to pop over, and here's my phone, and I know it's got a cluttered desktop. I'm going to load up my BC Mobile. Now, you're going to notice a red bar at the top immediately. That is telling you that this is on local mode. Now, if you are paying for the MyBC Connect service, then this bar at the top will show a different color and it will say, Welcome, Justin Barber, as a MyBC Connect user. It's a service, it's a cloud based service that allows us to catalog and store and archive that data. And you can pull and send those reports as PDFs from that point. Very easy to use. It allows you to create your own automated sequences and run those sequences on your smart device. But we don't need to pay for the service. You do have one option, and that is to come in and we can do test. So you can see right here, it is actually saying that I have a Bluetooth connected SA-2600. See it right there. However, I'm going to show you guys how you can easily go in and select a safety analyzer right down here. You can make sure the device is powered up now. And here you can select what safety analyzer you're going to be using. This is going to be pretty important because if you work in a biomed shop where you have multitude of safety analyzers running at the same time, you don't want to be pulling somebody else's results. That could be absolutely catastrophic. So make sure you have the correct one. You can see that we have a code right there. It's going to correspond to the device that I have over here on the table. I'm going to click next. And let's just call this one, let's just do that. Okay. And then you can type in your serial number if you want. Let's go down here and let's type in, oh no, I feel bad for even doing this. September 4th. Okay, there we go. Let's save it. Okay. And it is ready to use. Now that we have that all set up, let's go ahead and click on test. And you can see right here, it says run test on SA-2600. Go ahead and refresh that list just to be sure. Here we go. Let's run the test. Okay, I have my device currently set up over here on the table, and we are going to go ahead and run it. Now, notice one of the first things that pops up is says, "Hey, would you like a SA-2600 tutorial?" It's kind of a cool feature. If you have a new piece of test equipment that you have not run previously, it will ask you if you need a little bit of assistance getting up and getting going. Eliminate some of that iffiness. I've done this test a few times, so I don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the asset that I have over here. And let's see, the asset tag on this one here is going to be 017-5225. And this one here is going to be a tumbler. And manufacturer is Chicago Electric. And the serial number on this device here is going to be 5225. Of course, you want to put in your name. And I believe that this field is going to be auto populated from now on after you type in your name, to which I just brand new installed my BC Mobile on this device. So my name isn't inputted yet. Okay, there we go. Done. And it's looking good. Now we go to test. Now that we're on the test screen, now mind you, I have everything set up over here. It's connected. We're good. It's powered up. I'm going to select what test I want to do. And we have a whole host of them in here. I'm going to do the NFPA 99 generic. Let's do it. So I can view the test or just click start. And it's going to automatically start clickety clacking over here. It's doing its thing. And you can see it's doing the ohms check. And I am over range. Of course, I'm over range. You guys probably recognize that it's not plugged in. All right. Now we're plugged in. And that's actually a pretty good reading. I would have lost my paycheck on that one because, as we know, some of these cheaper electronics, especially consumer grade electronics, are not that good. Okay, so it says turn on the device. So here is where you turn on a device, activate any fans, heaters, pumps, or whatever, and then you can go ahead and continue. Now, on my mobile device, you can see that it's saying the receptacle has been powered on, turn on the device, press continue. So I'm getting instructions both on the SA-2600 and here on my mobile. And you can see it's pulling a device current of 0.55 amps. That's pretty good. And it's now taking leakage checks. 56 microamps. Not too bad. Now it's saying the device power needs to be toggled. So we shut it off. And I click done. And now it's going to go ahead and it's going to run the rest of the electrical safety checks with the device now powered off. And there we go. Okay. So I have a result saved here, and we can go through and we can see all the different results that I had. However, I'm just going to go ahead and click on save. And now those results are saved here on the device. Now that the device test is done, we go back to the main screen and I can click on records. And here you can see the records of the stuff that I have done right here. And here is a very important piece of this puzzle. I can delete the record or I can send the record to whoever I want. Now, because this is using my mobile device, I can go through and I can actually save it as a PDF locally if I want. I can save it to my Google Drive, which is actually awesome. And I can email it. I can even text the results to somebody of my choosing. So if I have a customer or somebody that wants their results ASAP, I can do that. Me, I normally just save the files to my Google Drive in a specific folder, and then I can go there from my desktop and I can nab them and attach them to my work orders, and I am good to go. So, folks, there you have it. That is the SA-2600. It is doing its job. You can see also on the SA-2600, I have a result, green for go, and I can go through the results on my SA-2600 or on my mobile device. And I am ready to start my next test on my next device. It's very easy to use. So, guys, there you have it. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them to me, Justin at betterbiomed.com or jbarber at bcgroupinternational.com. And I'll do everything I can to get those answered for you, maybe even do a follow up video. And this actually is a follow up video to a question I received. So, there you have it, folks. Your input is much appreciated, and we will do our very best. Make sure you get the correct answers. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm here to assist you with all your test equipment needs, from multimeters and test weights to patient simulators and x-ray analyzers. If you need guidance or you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write me at jbarber@bcgroupinternational.com.